Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing alright, and I hope everybody's getting real good. I went yesterday and had my cancer in my nose taken off. It turned out not to be very bad. It took a piece about the size of a pencil eraser, and then it took a spot on my chest right there, my collarbone, and put back in place of it. I was home by 9 o'clock. I mean, we had to be there at quarter to 7, and we were back home by 9. So, but anyway, I got a mail call here from Mudnut59. He sent me a couple of stickers. And he lives up in Thunder Bay, Canada. And I've been watching him. He's building he poured a pad for a new shop, I think it is, on the side of his house. Of course, he had to quit after it snowed. I think they have snow up there just about all winter long. But I just want to let everybody know I'm doing all right. I still don't know about my back. I won't know anything about that until after the 18th. That's when I go back to see my back doctor. And I don't know if he'll send me through physical therapy or not. I hope he does. But anyway, I wanted to tell you a couple of things here. On the way, we were just out riding around. We went to look at a house that was for sale, and we stopped at a flea market. And this older couple had this flea market yard sale going, not flea market, yard sale. And I bought a remote for a VCR. I've got a VCR, but I had no remote. And this VCR, without a remote, you can't work it. And I couldn't find one that would make it work right. So, but she had one. It was the exact same kind as my VCR, the remote was, and I got lucky it works. So, I got that. Now I can watch my John Wayne movies. But anyway, what I wanted to say was, she had several computers, laptop computers. I don't know where she got them at, but anyway. They're fairly in good shape. This one needs a cord. And then this is a HP. I don't know a whole lot about it. I think it's a HP Vesta. So it's pretty old. And then this one here, now this is a Vesta. It's a Gateway, and both of them need cords. Now I've got some computer cords out in the shop. These computer cables, I don't let them go, man. I keep them on hand. But anyway, I've got this. I also got this one. It works. I've already plugged it up, and it works. It's just super slow. I've never seen one that slow before. And this one here was built. It's fairly new. It's 8.1, Windows 8.18. What's the build date on it? Well, I don't see it. I don't think it's more than 5-6 years old. But I turned it on and it is super slow, the slowest HP computer I've ever seen. And then I've got this one. It's Toshiba, just like that one. And it's a good computer. I've got a cord for it too. And she's got her name and address right here. And she She didn't reset none of them back to factory defects. So I showed her how to do it. And then I did a little bit of work. I sold a lawnmower, sold a tiller that I had. I've still got a Honda self-propelled lawnmower to sell, and 12-belt weed eater that I fixed before I had surgery. But anyway, I want to tell you about this antenna I got. I had one before, just like this one. It's identical to it. I got it about 6-7 years ago, and it picked up channels good. Now the channel kind of faded in and out during a storm or something like that, or high winds, but other than that, it didn't get us in trouble. Well, TV got to where the local channel wouldn't come on. It would just, you could hear it, but you couldn't see the video. Well, I thought the TV was going bad. I don't know. Well, I decided to order another one of these antennas. Now the one I bought was, I think I paid $59.99 for it, and it comes with everything. You got, I think, 35 feet of cable, or 59 or something like that. Let me see. Just says 33 foot of coax cable. I know it's there's one you use for satellite, and then a different size for local channels. But anyway, getting back to this, I went out there and looked at it one day, and it's got a little red light on it. And what it does is you can make it rotate back and forth to find the best signal. Well, the light was going out on it. So I found out my booster on it had gone out. So I decided to buy another one. And it was broke all pieces. I guess a limb hit it or something. The back part of it, this part right here, it's supposed to stick out. It was sticking up this way. So I guess a limb caught it or something. Bent it. Listen here, I bought this one for $29.99 and everything came with it. Had the cable, the wire, the booster, identical to the other one, except it said that it got 160 channels. The other one only got 60. This one here said it got 160 channels. I thought, no, it can't get 160. Man, I get music channels, Latino channels. Always Latino. I can understand this shit. I got 3 or 4 of them, and then I've got I got 160 channels. But anyway, I got 3 Western channels. They're all the same thing. It's called grit. They're all the same thing, but I get to watch my Westerns. And they got a sci-fi channel, of course. They're old 60s and 50s sci-fis, and I just can't stand to watch them. I'm used to the new stuff, and I just can't watch them old ones. Except unless it's Star Trek, then I can watch it anytime. Let's see. But our wash machine decided it wanted to go out. It quit spinning on us. So I called a repairman out here to look at it. And first I did that place where they took that skin, my chest itches. On my collarbone anyway. I called appliance repairman out of here. First, I replaced the door switch. It said it needed a door switch, so I ordered one, replaced it. Well, it didn't fix it. Still did the same thing. So I did another diagnosis on it. And It said it was the water pump. Well, it pumps water fine, just, I mean, thing is. And then it said something about a coin box. Or a coin catcher, I thought. Never heard of a coin catcher. So, I knew the pump was underneath it, and if it needed a new pump, there's no way I could do it. Because my wife is not going to let me work on it. Well, called the repairman out here, and he kind of threw me off right off the bat because I said, we were talking. I told him what I'd done to it and everything. And I said, the manual on this thing says it's got a coin catcher on it. He said, yeah, it does. He said, they put them on there. He said, it's something that's fairly new. The wash machine ain't but 3 years old. And I said, where's it located at? He said, it's underneath the agitator. I said, well, it says it needs to be cleaned out. Then he says, well, he said, on this model, he said, every time I pull the agitator out, I break it. And I thought, you're a man, you work on them, you should know how to take them apart without breaking them. And when he said that, that kind of, made me think for a minute. And I said, well, let's take it outside and put it on the back porch and lay it down. And that way you can check that pump. He said, well, first I'm going to lean it against the wall. Check it underneath it. Well, he looked at it. He wasn't there 5 seconds. He looked up. He said, you got the gearbox ruptured. I said, what? He said, yeah, he said it's leaking oil. Well, he knew I couldn't get down there to it. Well, I said, what's the new gearbox cost? $600. And I'd already looked them up on Amazon. I could have bought one for $205 or it's either $205 or $295. I can't remember. I just thought to myself, I said, man, I'll just buy another damn washing machine. Because I knew it couldn't wait till I get to where I can work on it. So after he went out to his truck, me and my wife was sitting in the living room, and we kept hearing somebody sound like they was arguing. I looked out the window, and he was apparently arguing with his boss, and it sounded like a woman. I guess she's mad that he couldn't get more than $95 out of us. I wasn't going to let him work on it anyway. That's what he said. So I put it on the porch and went down, and I left it on the porch, and I wrapped it up in tarps. And I went down here to Lowe's and I bought one. I paid $5.99 for a brand new heavy duty wash machine. And it's working just fine. I'm not like most people, like where they my next door neighbor over here, he got rid of a wash machine and dryer. The dryer had quit on him. Well, there wasn't nothing wrong with the wash machine. He was going to throw it away. I said, well, heck, I'll take them. And I fixed the dryer. The dryer, the heating element went out on it. And I put a heating element in it. And the only reason he got rid of the wash machine was because she had to make sure they matched. And I thought to myself, it's not worth that much to me. I paid. Then they bought Samsung. I told him, he said, what's the best kind to get? I said, I don't really know. I said, but don't buy Samsung. Well, that's exactly what he got. And they had nothing but trouble out of it. It seems like every 2 or 3 months they have a repairman over working on that Samsung wash machine. And I asked him, he said the gearbox had gone out, he said the motors went out. The gearbox, it's a direct drive, so it has a gearbox, but it's mounted to the motor. So if the gearbox goes out, you got to replace all of it. Of course, it's under warranty, so he just hasn't fixed it. Whenever I bought this, I put a 3-year warranty on it, and that way, if it goes out, they'll fix it. Uh, let's see. The AC went out on us, and I couldn't get an AC man to come out here. He said they said it'd be 2 weeks. I said we can't wait that long. We're freezing to death. So I pulled the side of it off. I tried to explain to my wife how to do it, but she didn't understand what I was talking about because she's never worked on one. So, but I replaced the capacitor in it, and I took the old capacitor and tested it, and it showed good. I thought, wait, something's wrong here. Well, I put the new one in there, and one of the wires that went from the capacitor on the run side over to the contacts, it was too short, and it kept pulling off on me. So I went and remade the wire and put it back on there, and it's running just fine. We ain't had no more trouble with it. I think what it was, I noticed that the clip that went on the tab was it come off real easy. It wouldn't stick, and I mashed them together and put it back on there, and it still came right back off. So I put some new ends on a new wire, made it a little bit longer, a couple inches longer, so it won't come loose again, hopefully. And I got it back to working. It's working just fine. But I sat down in the chair and did it, and I ain't telling the doctor I did it. It was just the chair I used put me just almost right, just about the right height. I had to lean forward, but I didn't have to bend my back any. So I got that fixed. But anyway, the woman, she wanted to get rid of those computers, and I asked her, I said, "What you want for those computers?" She said, "You can have them, just take them home with you." I said, "Sure." And I said, "Do they work?" She said that her daughter-in-law, had brought them to her to sell. She said she didn't know if they worked or not, but two of them worked just fine. I've got to I got a factory reset them. I did one of them, but they're watching me, so she didn't know how to do it, but she won't be able to remember it. She's about my age. But let me show you something else I got while I was there. Her husband had gotten somebody in the family had given him a 10-inch tablet, and he didn't want it. He says he didn't. She said he didn't even know how to use a computer. But they thought he liked to read, and they thought he want one of these. It's a Samsung Kindle Fire. That's what the name of it is. And my 10-inch, I had dropped it and broke the front off of it. And I had been using the old one. I played solitaire on it. When I went to the doctor, I would carry it with me to play solitaire. And I've been using this. It was a Kindle Fire, but it was 2014 when I bought it, and it lasted that long, and it held a decent charge. I know it lasted me through sitting at the doctor's office all day, and but this one here, you can see how nice that is. The box that it came in, the seal hadn't even been broken on it, and I said, "Well, what do you want for it?" And she said, "Make me an offer." I said, "I've got $50. I'll give you $50 for it." And she said, "Okay." And I didn't expect her to take it. I come home, looked it up, and they sold $149.99 at Best Buy. No, Amazon. I looked it up on Amazon. It sells for $149.95, and I already had the cover, so the cover was off my other 10 inch that I broke. I dropped it, and broke it. I sent it back to have it repaired, and because I had that no fault repair, and they sent me a letter stating that it was out of warranty. So I haven't seen it. They didn't send it back. They said we'll mail it back to you. They didn't send it back to me. I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, that was Geek Squad at Best Buy. So I don't trust them. Of course, I didn't have any information on it. I was just using play solitaire, but the only thing I use. I might look up something from Amazon or. Now this one has Alexa on it. Alexa, what's the weather? Alexa, what's the weather?
Right now in Mobile, it's 48 degrees Fahrenheit with showers. Today's forecast has rainy weather, with a high of 52 degrees and a low of 44 degrees. By the way, I can learn your voice to improve your Alexa experience. Would you like to try it?
Not now.
Canceling.
First time I've ever tried to use Alexa, but you do have to be careful because it will. If you say Alexa, it just came on. Cancel. But I've got to be careful because I found out I can't go past a certain amount of time. So I think I'm just about up on my time. I will see y'all later. Most of them want to let y'all know about my surgery on my nose, and I'm not going to look any better. So I hope everybody's doing all right, and haven't heard of anybody getting COVID yet. No, I'll take that back. Neighbor up here, get this. I got two neighbors. Both of them have people in North Carolina. They don't know each other. Well, the school teacher took his mother and his brother and his two sons to North Carolina, and they come back and all of them had COVID. The other neighbor, he works for the Coast Guard. He went up there with him and his wife, and while they was up there, they found out she was pregnant. They're just a young couple, and I think he said they went everywhere in the world up there because he didn't know when he'd get back. Because his next, he said, and I think in April he gets deployed to Jacksonville, Florida, and he they didn't. Not one of them caught it. He said, "We've been tested." He said, "But we don't get it." I said, "That's odd." He gets tested every once a month, I think it is. It's ever so often he gets tested because he's in the Coast Guard. But I said to him, I said, "Man, you got lucky. Your wife get that when she's pregnant. You don't know what it might do to that kid." But anyway, I'll let y'all go. It's 23 minutes. It's long enough. I've been running my mouth. But I'll catch you on flip side, and I'll let you know around the 18th about what the doctor says. Catch you on flip side now. Bye.